Hey, it's Todd, Red River Tactical and Outdoors. Today I'm going to talk to you about a trigger that I have put in my Glock 19 Gen 3. Before we get into this, I wanted to say that I do not recommend replacing factory triggers with aftermarket triggers. And I will tell you why I replaced this one here in just a second. First, let's talk about the trigger. The trigger is Apex Enhancement trigger kit for the Glock. What it comes with this trigger. You can see that trigger there. The trigger is more of a straight trigger than a curved trigger compared to the factory Glock. The safety inside the trigger goes flush with the trigger to make the trigger flat and smooth. Where the Glock sticks out a little bit, the safety does, and the Glock trigger is serrated, where this one is smooth. The pre-travel is a lot less than the Glock. You can see the pre-travel here. There's the take-up. That's all the take-up is right there. And then you get to this point, and then you get a nice, crisp, smooth, clean break. And then the gun cycles, and the reset right there. Very audible. A very firm reset, very minimal, and you're right back at the break. So this trigger is a whole lot smoother, a whole lot crisper, and a whole lot cleaner. Less pre-travel, less reset than the factory Glock trigger. Okay, what the kit consists of is, I'll take this apart. Been shooting this, so it's going to be dirty. So I'm going to try to come in here with my hand and clean that up. Right here is the safety plunger. It's a striker safety plunger. That comes with the Apex trigger kit. That's a polished part. It's very smooth. The other thing that comes with the Apex trigger kit is the Glock Gen 3 trigger bar. It's just a factory Gen 3 trigger bar, and it comes with a 3.5 pound connector that you can't see right there that goes inside there. Very easy to put in. So, why did I do this? Why did I put this Apex trigger kit in? I'm going to show you why. My Glock Gen 3, I noticed the trigger pull was kind of heavy on it, and I noticed it was real gritty. So I took it apart and cleaned it, and I found out why it was heavy and gritty. If you see this part, this is that safety plunger that I showed you earlier. This is the factory safety plunger that was in the gun. You can see that it's real rough and eaten up right there on top. That's supposed to be nice and smooth. That's what was making my trigger pull real gritty and heavy. And what was causing that was this little piece right here on the trigger bar. If you could feel that, you could feel that it's real sharp. I mean, it would cut your finger almost. It's that sharp. And this is the factory trigger that I pulled out, and I could have replaced it with a Glock trigger. Glock would have sent me a trigger and a safety plunger free of charge. I talked to them about it. They told me they would. I told them not to do it because I've been wanting to try an aftermarket trigger because I've had a lot of people question me about them, and I told them I was going to get an Apex kit and put in there. So don't worry about sending me nothing. So. Now, why do I not recommend aftermarket trigger kits? An aftermarket trigger will not help you shoot better, and I promise you that. If you can't shoot with a factory Glock trigger, you're not going to be able to shoot with an Apex, Overwatch, any kind of trigger kit you put in there is not going to help you. Now, this trigger kit is a lot smoother than a Glock, yes. The break is more crisp, yes. The reset is better, yes. But if you cannot if you don't have control over your trigger with a factory Glock trigger, you're not going to control none of these any better. So what I recommend is, if you want a smoother trigger, fine, but learn to shoot with the factory trigger first before you spend your money on an Apex or anything else, because these triggers are not going to help you shoot better. Just not going to do it. But they are nice. I'll give them that. They're smooth, nice. I really like it. More than anything, and this didn't take any weight out of my trigger pull. I didn't want it to take weight out. But what it did, it smoothed it up a lot. It shortened the take up a lot, and it shortened the reset. So again, it's nice. I like it. I'm not going to put it in all my Glocks because I don't need it. So this is a better trigger, yes. Very comparable. I'd say this trigger is very comparable to the Koenig triggers. Probably a little less take up than what the Koenig has. Other than that, they're very comparable to the Koenig triggers. So that's about all I have to say. That's my review on the Apex Enhancement kit, trigger kit for a Glock. Check them out if you want one. Go to Apex. Good product. Very easy to switch out. Took about 10 minutes to put everything in here and get it going. So that's about it. I put some shooting on this video, shooting this Glock 19 with the Apex trigger kit in there. And this is Todd, Red River Tactical and Outdoors, reminding you to be safe and always be ready. I'm going to take 5 shots, 15 yards, this target. There we go. Look, we had 2 outside that circle to the left and 1 right underneath the circle. It's not bad.